Room Full of Mirrors represents reflection.
Each individual artist is different, but it's a piece of each individual artist in all of us. So Art Farm is a statement record. It's like a record to let you know that we're here because we are here, nigga.
What made me decide to want to bring everybody together was I enjoyed putting people in certain positions and try to maximize the stress. And I knew everybody individually, you know what I mean? So I knew what everybody's strong points was. I just want to see if we can build something, make a record, make an album, form a platform.
In a nutshell, what he said was he went home and he put on his like X-Men cerebral thing and like mentally called all of us.
Yeah,
and, like
for
we all
sure.
showed up to the studio and like Jerry shot a beam through the microphone
For
and I
sure.
froze the refrigerator. He's like, I got some like wild ass individuals. X-Men Suicide Avenger Squad.
Professor Punch.
Celestial.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that's pretty much what he said in a nutshell.
For damn sure. Huh. Follow me. Giving out gems and autonomy. Give a fuck if you fond of me. I'll show you how to do it on your own. I'll show you how to get it on your own. You know what I'm saying? I'll show you how to grind and really make it happen when you believe in yourself, when you have faith in yourself. Green light, pass go to your property. Huh, yeah, monopoly. Make big splash, you're a pawn to me. Check your chest, you're a pawn to me. No stopping, I'm a dawn to be. Childhood, like, you know, when you think of certain games, you know, I think of Uno, the Monopoly, checkers, chess. So I just kind of thought it would be cool to kind of correlate them, you know what I'm saying, kind of tie into each other. Need that peanut butter on the inside, strawberry jelly on the outside, Punch looking at the rollie like it's our time to shoot like call times. The whole red car with peanut butter brown interior. I've always liked this since I was a child. So peanut butter on the inside, strawberry jelly on the outside. Punch looking at the road, you know, he's Punch. You know, he boss man, so looking at the road, like, yeah, it's our time, nigga. And it's our time to shoot. We here. It's a shoot. Call time was at a certain time. Carl Thomas. Summer Rain, hot shit finna drop. It's the Hunger Games. Hunger Pains was a bitch. We done the things. 100 things on our list now. Running things. Remember, gang of this bitch. Carl Thomas. Summer Rain was a record that he did. Back in the day, I went to visit my mom's family in Mississippi in the summer, and it was the first time I've ever experienced rain in the summer. It stayed a vivid memory forever because that was the first time I've ever experienced. So when I was writing that line, I immediately thought about that moment.
I'm from the Watts block. Yeah, Glock by the rollie, that's a shot clock. Boxed out the game like a hopscotch. Grandfather gat, nigga, pop, pop. Me being on the block in Watts, like that's like the first layer. But then also like stand on my square. It's my square because Will mentioned the chessboard. So I'm still piggybacking off Will's chessboard. Even in the terms of, you know, boxed out the game like a hopscotch, like it's two ways to look at that. Like you can look at the child game, like, you know, jumping over the chalk boxes, and then as you get older, like we got to step over the chalk on the ground and a dead body is considered a box too. So, you know, it's a grown-up game of hopscotch that we play and it's a childhood game of hopscotch we play. So all that's tying back into the square. So I do this. Yeah, God said, let there be light. Bright times, y'all knew this. God said, let there be light, you know, is biblical. You know, that's a biblical phrase just for the start of, you know, existence. When you do the etymology of my actual real name, which is Davon, it means light. Like my name itself, the whole breakdown, every acronym, every syllable, it pronounces light. So, you know, I just kind of look at it like, you know, I was born in Watts. The whole idea of Watts is a form of power, electricity, light. That whole time to, you know, just me living in my divine purpose. Yes, I be blessing the mic. Light lines, this is art form. It's an art form, shit about to get hard form. I have this disability that has became my greatest ability, and that's misspelling shit. I think how I found out art form was a complete misspelling. Like I was like, oh, right? I was like writing art form, but I like left out the T on some fast writing shit. And it's like, yo, wait, art form, like art form, art. Oh, hard form. Oh, and everything just start like Tetris is like the whole Tetris of like ideas start coming down, but then that still lives in the form of blocks going back to the beginning of the verse. I be in my God form, just bought a yard form, filled it up with max goats, live with my own kind. Going back into that line, you know, just bought a yard form, filled it up with max goats. And I look at that as my group, like, you know, in the room full of mirrors, like we, you know, Punch said it best, like I sell goats, you know, and this whole group is full of art form, yard form, max goats, we in here. That. Tell them that it's Showtime, niggas still Cinemax. Tell them that it's Showtime, you know, and that's movie references. Like, tell them that it's Showtime, homie still Cinemax, like, but it's like, you know, even that, like, yeah, it's a movie, like, but don't get it fucked up. Like, yeah, we might be here in Hollywood, but don't get it fucked up. It'll still come. We came to do work, but you'll never see a nigga slack, get intact. Sharp lines, sharp time. It's like an open bar, like kind of fill in your idea bar. So it could be slacks, it could be the company slack, it could be like, I'm not gonna slack off the job at all. However you perceive it, it's up to you. Even the last line, like it's like get intact, sharp lines, but attack itself is a sharp line. So, and then sharp time. You know, the verse 8 after that.
I'm hearing niggas on the rap now. Half of these rap niggas is clowns. Ain't nobody check their background. We your cap and gown. They just cap and gowns. No diplomacy. Strap them down. I don't know. I keep my head focused on the true art. You know what I mean? Like, it's always been clowns. They always been around. They always be around. Yeah, open them veins. Punch a no flow dope gang. Nigga, this is cocaine. It's a new strain. They used to that low grade. They don't blow propane. Niggas is strange. Niggas insane. Niggas outside of their brain. That's the thing. I mean, it's all drugs. It's just a new form of it. You know what I mean? A new strain. And I'm referring to a room full of mirrors when I say that. This is new based on this era. So this whole thing, it's a whole new strain. Look what we did to this game. How quick they forget. They quick to throw dirt on your name. Like, I was referring to what we did with TDE. You know what I mean? We changed the whole game. But then you get, you know, newer guys coming up. And, you know, they get to feeling themselves. And, you know, a couple of people like their songs. And they start to forget, you know what I mean, who the real guys are. Better check my heritage. And don't insult my intelligence. You ain't ready, it's evident. I'll excuse the rhetoric. When you go into the heritage, like, it's double fold. Like, my uncle is Mike Conception. He's one of the original Crips. And then on my father's side, my other uncle is Big Hank. He's one of the original bounty hunters. So it's like my heritage, I mean, it runs super deep. So I'm saying check that before, you know, those rap lines go a little too far. You lack direction in your views. We chasing revenue, you fools is chasing relevance, and that's cool. And this is in reference to people chasing likes, doing stuff so people can like it or clout that whole thing. So that was a direct reference to that. Like, you chasing likes, man. We trying to secure our future. I ain't knocking your hustle. I ain't looking for trouble. I don't want no smoke. That's why I keep the muzzle in the duffel. No flash, no bang in case I gotta bust your bubble choke. I just thought it was a pretty cool and clever way to play on the, everybody say, you know, smoke. So I don't want no smoke. So if I put the muzzle on, it's no smoke. But that don't mean I'm running from the issue, whatever that problem is. We're gonna get it done, but, you know, it's not gonna be a big fuss.
Blow your fucking head off, I don't mind. Brainless, tell me what fame is, blah, lead the blah. I just wanted to point out that fame for the sake of fame is insanity. Bitch, I'm Stevie, like I really fucking see ya in the dark, set apart. All my life, purple bars, it was hard. Stevie's one of the most, you know, proficient writers of our times. So when I wrote that, I wanted to speak on that type of foresight. He reflected the current state that he was experiencing and even spoke on it in a way that made you feel you were actually there, present. Saw, tweaking out left, leaking on the pavement, tell me one thing, mind your business, don't say shit. It was kind of one of those lessons you get by seeing someone else mind their business and not saying shit while you may have needed a yell or two. So it's one of them lessons that you learn in the dark. You know, that's where we're coming from. Friends not friends, they associates. I load the clip, understand how I'm supposed to get. The devious stares, the hate, will it come with it? I be the mirrors to your fears and hate yourself, you bitch. Oh, so the devious stares, basically, there's so many me's. There's no possible way you can tell yourself that you know me enough to hate me or to love me outside of the sense that we're all human beings. Whatever you've seen that you don't like, maybe you need to sit down and look within a little bit. And I'm Pac. Nina, Trina, Jay, Queen Amina, what you thought? Bit of Kim, bit of Sada, bit of Rada with a little bit of stop. Fucking with my name. I mean, these are the greats we're talking about, really. And again, the entire theme of what we're doing, the entire theme of the song, and what I really wanted to put in is that we're all a collection of reflections. And these artists knew specifically that music is to reflect the times. Nightmares on LM, oh my street, A. Freddie, I'm the girl of your dreams. You know what I mean? Nightmares on Elm Street, but Lyric Michelle Street. Oh, I'm around the corner, nigga. y'all thought this was scary? Nigga, I was raised in the darkness. Freddie, I see you out here, messing with these other motherfuckers, but I'm the girl of your dreams, so I'm the one, or I'm not the one, depending on, what you're looking for.
We got some merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, roomfullofmirrors.com. You better go get that merch.